Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with another review and I'm going to be reviewing The Gunslinger by Stephen King. And this is a book part of the Dark Tower series and it's like a very well-known fantasy books and it's like kind of like one of those top fantasy books of all time kind of thing. And it's actually has a movie coming out, probably it's already out by now, called The Dark Tower. And when I saw the trailer, it looked so interesting. It looks like something that I would like. I like fantasy and I like weird stuff sometimes. And I always wanted to pick up a Stephen King novel, so I decided like, why not? And plus, the size seems not as intimidating as his other books. So I mean, he has a lot of big, huge, giant books, and so at least this was good. So anyway, for those that don't know a lot about the book, it's about this guy who's kind of like the gunslinger, I guess. Who's kind of like It's kind of like a Western vibe type of thing. So he's kind of like a cowboy, somebody with a gun and does kind of cool stuff, I guess. And he's on a mission to find the Man in Black, so who's pretty much like the bad villain of the story. And this whole world that's in the book's like very desert-ish, and I think it's kind of futuristic also. And so he goes on a journey, and during that journey, he's also meets other characters like this girl named Alice, who's a kind of like a bartender in this middle of nowhere town, who pretty much met the Man in Black, and so he gave her a word, and if she thinks about it or says it out loud, bad things happen to her. So that pretty much doesn't go well. And also during the other journey, also he meets a boy named Jake who pretty much is from a different world, New York. So it's pretty much from a distant alternate universe, I guess. And so during that time, things happen, crazy stuff, and yeah. So that's pretty much like what it's about. I pretty much I did not finish it, and I actually picked this book up a bunch of times already, and every time I read through it, I just keep putting it down because I'll be honest, I'm not really into this book, and I was very disappointed because I was really into fantasy. I was hoping this book was go well, and I kept on picking it up because I'm like, I really want to finish it, and I didn't finish it because I didn't enjoy it. I didn't have fun. I felt like Year Two was a good idea. The whole idea about the Dark Tower, the Man in Black, a gunslinger seemed like a good idea, but I felt like this whole story was kind of boring to me. It was not enjoyable. I was falling asleep most of the time. And you know, there's certain times when you'd be reading, but your eyes were kind of like teary eyed because of boredom, or you feel like sleepy or something. And I'm not somebody who falls asleep during a book. I don't fall asleep at all, even in public. I don't do that. I just fall asleep when I go to sleep. So, and this book, it did not enjoy it. Even my cat, who usually reads next to me, did not enjoy it either. She's like, I'm just gonna fall asleep. And I felt like the characters, I couldn't relate to them. I didn't feel sorry for them. And if they died or something, if the main character suddenly falls off a cliff or something, I wouldn't even care because this whole book, I did not get it or didn't understand what was going on in this book. And every time I pick it up, I forget what happened in the last few chapters because it's just a blur and it's more like, I don't know. It's just boring. It's just downright boring to me. I don't see myself continuing on the series, and I'm not going to even finish it because I mean, I actually made it. I did a good job to make it till 200. So I made it to 200, so that's an achievement to me. So, but I'm just gonna skip this book and just go jump into the other books on my TBR. So yeah. So hopefully you like this review. Hopefully, for those that like this book, doesn't judge me for this because it's my opinion if I don't like this book. So anyway, and just so you know, this isn't like my end of Stephen King journey where I'm not going to pick up his other books, but this book I am not going to pick up this one anymore because it's not for me, and maybe fantasy is not for him. So I don't know. So until my next book reviews and books. Hopefully, you stick around and subscribe. And until next time, keep on reading.